Good evening, and welcome to the third graduation ceremonies of YTA girls. My name is Rabbi Adler. I had the great privilege, thank you very much. My sister is sitting in the audience. I had the great privilege of teaching the girls and traveling with many of them to Poland. And I must say, with all sincerity, and I know that I speak for the entire faculty, of all the classes we've had at YTA, this is definitely one of them. There are more compliments to follow. This evening reminds me of my own high school graduation from the day school in Providence, Rhode Island. In my graduation picture, my nose is too big, my eyes were too far apart, and my mouth is lopsided. Picasso signed my picture. All kidding aside, this is a very special class. I remember my first day in the classroom 3 years ago. It was so terrific as I looked around the room and I said to myself, this is going to be a superb year. And then the girls came in, and that pretty much took care of it. Dear friends, I'd like to call upon an extraordinary gentleman, a rabbi, an author, a master teacher, an inspiration to the girls and to all of us, a visionary, a warm presence who takes a deep interest in the progress of each and every one of our students. Please welcome the Dean of the YTA schools, Rabbi David Samson.
Thank you, Rabbi Adler. It's truly an honor, pleasure, a very personal, emotional moment for me to see all of you here graduating. It seems only yesterday that I met you as you first came in 9th grade. Watching you gradually mature. It's truly been a pleasure. I think I have more white hair today. But it's been truly a pleasure. I first of all want to begin with thanks to you, all of the parents, for entrusting us with your precious jewels, your children. And I only hope and I pray, it's something that I hope and I pray every day, that we do the right thing and we treat them with the honor, the dignity, the education that each and every one of them deserves. And second of all, of course, the graduates. I want to thank each and every one of you for being with us and allowing us to be your teachers, and if I may say also your friends, and to be with you for these very crucial and critical years of growing up. Thank you. Last, certainly not least, Dr. Fredman. Without a doubt, the crux and the gist and YTA is you, and everything that you've done day and night for 4 years to put this evening together. We now have a few moments where we can appreciate it, and this is definitely one of the times that we have to thank you. And Lisa was successful in putting a wonderful team together, and YTA is definitely Lisa, and it's definitely the team. And I want to thank all of the teachers. All of the teachers that are here, and all the teachers that have taught in the past, and who teach in the present. And I feel humbled and honored to be part of this excellent team of educators, and I thank each and every one of you, and I only hope that we'll have years where we'll be able to continue our work together with continued nachat from our students. Graduates and Shira, I want to say a very simple thought. If I'm going to give you one gift to take with you for the rest of your lives from YTA, from everything that you've gotten, and it's a message from this week's portion of the week. Korach, who is the one who is the protagonist, the antagonist. He's the one who's saying to Moshe, we don't accept your leadership. We don't think that there's anything special about you, Moshe. We think that everyone is equal, and that everyone is the same, and that there's no reason that you should feel special. And I want to take this difference of opinion, machloket, fight, and I want to understand it internalized. And the commandment that we have, that you're not allowed to have, lo yeh kekorach u'cha'adato, that you're not allowed to replicate what Korach and his congregation did, not only by not fighting and having unity amongst the Jewish people, but within yourselves. And that every one of us has a voice, which is a voice like Moshe Rabbeinu. A voice like Moshe Rabbeinu. That's telling us that we should strive for spiritualism, for our more whole and spiritual self, to relate more to our souls, to forge a relationship with God. And then we have another voice, which is within our own hearts, a kind of Korach, a cynic, who's saying that there's nothing special and unique about that talent that you have for spiritualism, for forging a union with God. A cynical voice that's saying, no, there's nothing special about it, and let's just erase it. there's a plethora of midrashic literature about what was Korach's real motive. Some say he was suspicious of Moses. Some say that he looked for honor. Some say wealth. Some say leadership. Could be everything. We always have excuses, and we always are looking for things and saying, well, this talent that I have is going to have to remain dormant because I have a profession. I'm going to be a leader. Or I have honor to follow. Or I have love to take care of. Or a whole bunch of reasons. And all of these different reasons are all going to overshadow this voice that we have within us, which is the voice of Moshe Rabbeinu, the leader of the Jewish people. The voice that's saying we can have a deep relationship with God. So if I can just give you one simple kind of piece of advice, and it goes along with a prayer, that even though you're leaving the walls of YTA, you're not leaving the hearts of any of us. Certainly not me. And we're going to continue to pray for each and every one of you. And my blessing is that you should be able to take this to heart. That you should rise. Believe in yourselves. Believe in that individual, that voice that you have within yourselves. That yes, you are great. Yes. You are able to forge a personal relationship with God. You are able to relate to your spiritual souls and selves. You're able to rise above the simplistic vicissitudes of life. You're able to become more spiritual and less material. Yes, yes, yes. Allow that voice to be heard. Don't be cynical towards it. Don't stifle it. Don't ignore it. Don't go elsewhere. Allow yourselves to go with that voice. And to have that voice as the leadership voice of yourselves. And Bezrat Hashem, we should all merit together what we see as a result in the end of this portion. Right after Moshe and Korach settle this quarrel, Moshe is the obvious victor. We have the portion of the Beit HaMikdash, of taking care of the Beit HaMikdash, of watching over the Beit HaMikdash. And as a result, my final blessing to all of us is that together we will merit witnessing the reconstruction of the Beit HaMikdash. B'mei Rabbi Yameinu. Amen. Amen. Amen.